we're going to hand over now to Heather, who's going to just explain to us a bit about what it's like to have a charge point installed by Charge My Street. So over to you, Heather. Thanks very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for asking me here to participate in the webinar. I am Heather Cockett-Phillips, as it says in front of the screen. My husband and I own and run West Point House on Walney Island. Just a bit of background, West Point House is a self-service hotel for people who come to Barrow-In-Furness for work, mostly engineers in BAE's shipyard and medics at Furness General Hospital and wind farmers. Why did we choose Charge My Street? We wanted to install a charging point for about 2 years because one, it's a good idea, and two, because our guests asked for one. And as anyone in business knows, you listen to and then provide what your customers want. My husband and I also want to run an electric vehicle. Currently we have 2 cars and we really want to go green, particularly after test driving a couple of EVs and realising how amazing they are. Another motivation was the 18 kilowatt array of solar panels on the roof of West Point House, and we have a 6 kilowatt array at home too. So if you're getting free electricity, your attitude to stopping at a petrol station to part with a lot of money for a product which is killing the earth and humans, you become very resentful. And if you just kind of look at those slides, you will see a lot of panels. As at today, as at this morning, we have generated 92,181 kilowatts of electricity, which, if my calculations are correct, is enough to drive an electric car 11 times round the world. Well, we had a difficult job to get any of the big national firms to come out to us. In fact, no one did. Lots of appointments were made, and in all cases, there were no shows. Some with very unusual excuses. It seems to us that the big boys of EV charging point installation are only interested in what I would call low-hanging fruit within 5 or 10 miles of the major motorway network. Recently, I think it was about February rather, I noticed a post on CAF's Facebook page and inquired about the scheme in the comments below the post. At that point, not realising that Charge My Street was a separate entity, I was delighted to be promptly contacted by Adi, who made the appointment to view the site. When Adi and Steve actually turned up on time, on the correct day, I was amazed. This might also sound a bit odd, and Adi alluded to it earlier, but I was relieved that they turned up wearing normal clothes and not what I call salesman clothes of pointy shoes. I was even more delighted to be told that the scheme includes community involvement. We've got 37 bedrooms and a conference/meeting facility. So this means that our guests, our day delegates and the local residents can swap fossil fuel vehicles for an EV and they can charge at a West Point House. Clearly, this is a win-win and a great way forward to reduce carbon emissions. The installation was a lot more work than I had anticipated. It went very smoothly, albeit being interrupted by COVID-19. And the charging point was officially opened by Barrow-In-Furness Deputy Mayor, Councillor Helen Wall, a week ago today. So we are absolutely delighted. We are looking at battery storage next. In summer, West Point House's roof can generate over 120 kilowatts in one day, which pours into the grid. And as the house is mostly empty during the day, no one is there to use it. We recommend Charge My Street to everyone, including community groups, councils, parishes, and other accommodation providers. Obviously, some parts of Cumbria are less accessible, and the big companies whose names come up when you Google EV charging points appear to have absolutely no intention of going out of their way for work. So that leaves me just to say thank you very much indeed to CAFs and to Charge My Street for our lovely EV charging points.